Hi, this is Linda from Craft on Q, and I wanted to bring you another video. This time it's for a swap I'm in over at yourpaperpantry.ning.com. It's a swap where you make cheesecloth flowers, and we needed to make 2 sets of 3. This is something I've not done before, so it was a challenge and something different that I wanted to try. I looked at quite a few different videos and tried some of those ideas out, and I was so disappointed because none of them worked out very well, and I'll show you those, what I call the uglies, after I show you the nice ones. So I ended up just making up ideas, and I wanted things that were fluffy and nice and full, and so this is what I came up with. The first flower that I did was this large, it's about 4 inches in diameter, white cheesecloth flower. And what I did was I used this die, the circle die from Stamps of Life, and cut out many layers of cheesecloth. And the cheesecloth I got is this package that I got at Walmart. I had bought some at Joann's, but I had used it all up on the uglies and mistakes, so I had to rebuy, and I wasn't over at Joann's. So this worked out just fine, and what I did was cut all those layers, made a circle out of felt, and then I just used my glue gun and took all the different layers and put them together in the middle, and then just continued to fluff. Added the middle embellishment, which is from Spare Parts over at Hobby Lobby, I believe, and glue gunned that in. It's actually a brad, but I can't remember if I think I did leave the brad pins in, but I did glue gun that in. And it's nice and fluffy. One of the rules were to make one large, at least one large, one medium, one small, so this is a large one, and I'm pretty happy with it. The second one I made was this yellow flower, and it turned out rather nice, and it's totally different from the first. What I used here was Tim Holtz's Tattered Florals die, and I cut several layers of each of the shapes that are on the die. I used the Alene Stiff and Quick to stiffen up the fabric a bit, because I wanted it to stay put. It just kept flattening out, and I didn't like that look. And I also sprayed it with some of my homemade glimmer mist, and that worked really well. Added these 3 pearls in the middle, stacked all these various layers, fluffed them, and hopefully it'll stay with that stiffener in there. So I was rather happy with this one too. Oh, and I used the felt on the back. The last one I did came about when I saw all the scraps, and I mean I had tons of these scraps from cutting out these prior 2 flowers, and I thought, well, some of them I could cut and make strips out of. This one obviously I couldn't, but there were some that I could make a strip out of. I cut a whole bunch of those, sprayed them with this homemade glimmer mist, and I wanted some of it to be white, although it is basically pink, but there is some white in there. And then what I did was I cut a large diameter felt circle, and then I took the strips and I just crunched them up, and I spiraled it around from the outside to the inside, and use the glue gun as I went along. I did about 1 inch at a time, maybe less. Made the center with a rhinestone that I colored with a Sharpie. And then I had this pearl string. I have a lot of that pearl string actually. And I used, I think I used glossy accents around there. I'm pretty sure that's what I used. And put that around the outside. And I was actually surprised at how well this turned out, and that would be for the small one. And then I just made this little card. I wanted to make a tag, but they just were too large for that. So after that, just put it in a little package with my name and information on the back, and that's going to be my 2 swaps that I send in. Now for the what I call the uglies. This one, there was a tutorial on it, which is where I got the idea to use this stiffener. And it's not that bad, but I just thought it was, I didn't even get a backing on that yet. I didn't like it at all. It was too thin. It just looked sparse. Now, I'm not going to throw these away. I'll probably use them on some sort of project along the way, but anyway, that was this one. Here is a purple one that I absolutely hate. The back I actually used some lace that I had because I thought that would be a nice background, and then you fold little squares. I added the button. I don't like that either. I thought that turned out pretty bad. This is the ugliest of uglies. I'm embarrassed to show you even. It's layers of the cheesecloth, and then there was lace on the top, and that is absolutely horrible. Here is another version of that first one that I did, and I just added a few more layers, but it didn't help it. Well, besides the fact that the center is off center, I just don't know, that turned out horrible. This one was another tutorial. The only addition is I did add some lace at the top, which I don't even know if that was allowed in the swap, but the ones I'm sending won't have lace. Again, this one looks like a spider web or something. It's absolutely horrendous. So I don't know what I'll do with that. And this one, which the tutorial online, the flower is so pretty, yet this one just, I don't even know what happened to this. It was too small, it was too flat, and that was actually out of a different kind of cheesecloth. It's a tighter weave. I actually had a package of this in my kitchen, so I confiscated it from there, and it's to, I guess, drain different things. I had bought it just forever ago, and it feels nice, and it's certainly a tighter weave and nice to work with, but in the end this flower is just the pits. So those flowers definitely are, I would be too ashamed to send those off to a swap. And the final thing I have is the thank you card for the hostess, and I made this card, just a little image. I think I'm going to put a little butterfly on that too. I used the same paper that I did on the tag backing for the flowers because I wanted to stay in the same theme, and the pink and yellow and white. Then on the inside I haven't written anything yet, but I had these few flowers left over from the flowers that I made, so I decided just to make a removable tag that she could use, stamp whatever sentiment she wants, or just write a note. And I thought that would be something sweet to send, and then I'll write my sentiment and send this off, and it's going in the mail today. So I think that's it for this project, and I thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. God bless. Bye.